Hello, friends! Today I will tell you a story about an amazing person who in a short period of time was able to do something that others would never do their entire life. Unfortunately, there is not a happy end to this story, but it will show us all the best things which are really worth appreciating in life. A man named Ali Banat was born in Australia on February 16, 1982. People would say about him that he was born with a silver spoon in his mouth. And it was so indeed. Little Ali's family was not just rich. His family was so wealthy that his parents had several $100 million in their accounts. They owned a large international business with offices around the world. So from childhood, the boy did not know any financial problems. He had absolutely everything he could imagine, and his parents tried to give their son only the best things: a prestigious education, expensive accessories, money for a luxurious life, and later on, startup capital for starting his own business. By the age of 33, he owned a company dealing with safety and power supply issues. A young multi-millionaire, a successful businessman, a representative of the local elite, he had everything that could be desired at his age, and in any other age too. Until the fall of 2015, Ali wasted his time like any other rich person. His morning began at noon, followed by parties and meetings with his friends. He never considered how much money he spent at clubs. He was not stingy in spending money on himself. His Rolex watches cost $60,000, and he had several. He had even more sports cars. The cost of one Ferrari Spider reached $600,000, and he had a large collection. The closets in his house were full of clothes from leading designers and shoes exclusively from Louis Vuitton. Beautiful houses, chic models, and expensive resorts. What more could a guy want? But in the fall of 2015, Ali realized that not everything can be bought in this huge material world. Once he decided to undergo a medical examination, according to the results of which the doctors diagnosed him with a terrible disease which came out of nowhere: cancer. Moreover, the form of cancer was so aggressive that it had already reached stage 4. The doctors only shook their heads sadly and repeated that Ali had very little time left, about 7 months or so. Of course, having a huge property and great opportunities, he could proceed to immediate treatment, but Ali did not. He understood that there was no question of his recovery, and he did not want to spend precious time and money on this. It is not known what each of us would do in his place. Perhaps someone would live their last days spending all of their time and money, but Ali decided to do something different. As he told, once, sitting in the evening at home by the fireplace alone, I suddenly realized that in my 30 years of life, I had not done anything significant in this world. I realized that I was simply wasting my life on various entertainment and pleasures instead of helping people and possibly making someone happier. The news of a serious diagnosis fundamentally changed Ali's attitude on life. He decided to sell his business, all of his car collection, all of his watches and trendy clothes, his houses, and everything that he had, for the sole purpose of helping those who needed his help. To do this, he founded the Muslims Around the World charitable organization. Ali Banat decided to live the rest of the time he had in this world in a completely different way than before, so that on his last day he could look back and understand that his life was not lived in vain. And as it turned out, he was able to do much more than ever before. First, he went to Africa, and after that, he personally was able to visit about 100 different countries, and all of them he visited with a charity mission. In these countries, several free schools were built and opened from his personal funds in the regions where children of poor parents simply did not have the opportunity to study. Thus, to thousands of children whom he did not even know, he gave a ticket for a better life. For 600 orphans who ended up on the street, he built large hostels with utilities and amenities. He tried to be everywhere at the same time where help was needed, and to do everything that depended on him personally for people whom he had never met before. In the most remote villages and towns where the local population in the 21st century suffered from a simple shortage of water, he funded the digging of dozens of wells. Thanks to his money, a mosque, a school, a hospital, and much, much more were built, and the number of lives saved is hard to imagine. Ollie's friends were joking and calling him a millionaire without millions, and that was the truth. The young man got rid of all of his money for the benefit of poor people. Once he admitted, "When everything is fine with us, we rarely think about others and do not know the price of time. I got rid of my cars, watches, and even clothes. I handed out absolutely everything I had. I wanted to leave this world without material things and with a pure soul." Surprisingly, he called his cancer a divine gift that was sent to him in order to realize the true meaning of life. He realized that wealth was just a tool to help others. He claimed that the cancer helped him to learn to see the little joys that he had not noticed before. When a small child has the opportunity to live thanks to medicine, when a mother can give her children water, when a father has a job to provide his family with everything necessary. He spent his last days in the hospital where he recorded and published several videos in which he talked about his inner changes, about kindness and compassion, and about helping others. In his last video, already almost completely exhausted from the disease destroying him from the inside, he said, "Set a goal, create a project that will make you move forward, do good things, and spread it around the world. Remember that we all pass away empty-handed, and all that we leave behind on Earth is our deeds." The video instantly gained millions of views. May 29, 2018, Ollie Banat left this world. Instead of the estimated 7 months, Ollie lived another 2.5 years. He was buried in Australia in his hometown of Sydney. So many people came on the day of his funeral that they had to block off the street. Thousands of people who didn't even know him personally came to honor his memory. It has been a couple of years since he died, but Ollie still brings joy and changes the fate of thousands of people. His foundation is still building schools, hospitals, orphanages, and delivers products to those in need. Everything that he did for others will forever remain in the memory of thousands of people, and they have a reason to say, as long as we remember a person, he is still alive. Perhaps the story of a young multimillionaire will become an example to all of us of how to live for others and not just for ourselves, and especially for those who have financial problems. After all, money is just paper and you can't take it with you, and no one ever knows when it will be their last day. Friends, share this story and also write your opinion about this amazing person, and then perhaps even more people will learn about him.